Okay, it seems we have just 6 people here. So while we wait to see if we're going to have a few more people join us, can we start by getting our data sets downloaded and the SPSS opened? So let's just open. I'll just open the slide and show the data sets that we're going to be using so that sorry. Pardon me for a moment. Hello, can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes, sir. Can hear you, sir.
All right. I thought I was still talking to myself. Can we see the screen?
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay. So today we're going to be doing exercises on linear regression. I believe the theory aspect has been covered in class. I'm a bit unsure if we should go ahead with the number that we have, or if we can spend the next 5 minutes just looking at if you have any questions from our previous class that's an over. Open to suggestions. And I can see we have 6 people who have joined at this moment. So this is okay. I guess by 6:15, that in the next 3 minutes, if no one has joined, you can just go ahead. So Okay, hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Mohamed Isa. Today we're going to be discussing linear regression, or we're going to be practicalizing linear regression. So we're starting with simple linear regression. And for this first example, we're going to be using the resident doctors data set, which is a data set that we've used previously for this for these practicals. So I'm just going to import resident doctors for. So I'm just going to import, open the resident doctors data set on my laptop. So can you see? No, this is not it. So,
the screen is not moving.
can you see the data set? No, I don't think so. Okay, let me just show. Okay. All right. I think you should be able to see everything on my screen now.
We can
Yes?
see. Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay. So this is the resident doctors data set. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. So we're going to be doing linear regression and a simple linear regression. And for this, we're trying to see if the number of hours worked by a resident has any impact on their mental health score. So let's go ahead and go back to SPSS, okay? So we're going to go to analyze, where's that? Regression, linear, and then our dependent variable. So our dependent variable is going to be the mental health score. Is it? Okay, I think I'm looking at I'm not sure if I'm using the right data sets. I'll just take a look. Does anyone have a variable called mental health score in their resident doctors data set? This variable.
Just
hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in the new data set that was sent yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
one you opened is the old one, so I'm trying
the
to.
The old one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just check my emails. It's unfortunately I'm not usually copied into the emails that I'm not usually copied into your emails. Well, let me see if I can find it. Okay. let's go this name. Right. So import data, CSV data. All right. Yes, I thank you for pointing that out. I can now see the mental health score. Apologies for the delay. So let's now go ahead with our analysis. So we go to regression, linear. Our dependent variable will be the mental health score because that's what we are trying to find. And then the independent variable or the explanatory variable. So the dependent is also known as the outcome variable. And then the independent is also known as the explanatory variable. So that will be the hours worked. So we're just trying to do a simple regression here to see if the number of hours you are working as a resident is having any, has any impact on your mental health. You can come to the statistics and look for, look at whether you want confidence interval to be displayed, and there are a lot of other things, descriptives. I'm just going to click on confidence interval at this point. For the plots, I want to click on this. I want to do histogram of the residuals. I think it's this one. So put it here. I'll explain in a bit. Anyhow, okay. So let's just go ahead and do the regression. Can we see the output? Hello?
Yes, sir. I'm see the output, sir.
Okay. So for the regression equation, for the equation of the simple linear regression, what we are most interested in is this table that says coefficient. This model summary is it gives you the R square, which is kind of a it tells you about the strength of the correlation between the two variables that you are comparing. This tells you about the method that was used in selecting the independent variable, although it doesn't really matter here because you have only one, you are looking at only one independent variable. So let's come to the, when you come to this ANOVA table, you see a row that says regression, and then there's an F statistic for that, and there is a significance for that. So this basically tells you whether or not the regression model that you have got from this equation is statistically significant, and that helps you to know whether it's a strong model or whether it's a weak model. But for the regression equation itself, I don't know if there's a way for me to annotate. Okay, good. There's a way to annotate text. So I'm going to type in some text here, and that's if you remember, our mental health score is the dependent variable. So it's going to be on the left. yeah, it's going to be on the left side of the equation. So we have it here, mental health score. I'm just going to abbreviate that as MHS. Then here we have the constant, and you can see that it doesn't carry a negative sign, so that's a positive sign. So 26.352. Then our hours worked carries a negative sign. So this is minus 0.0337, then multiplied by hours worked. So that's the what's it called now? That's the equation that you get from this model, the equation of the straight line explained by this model. And if you look at this again, you see that the significance, the significance here is minus 0.09. So this basically tells you that it's a statistically significant model. So that's basically the interpretation. Do you have any questions on this particular one, or do you want to do another example?
Sorry, I was finding it difficult to import the data set into SPSS. So,
okay, which one? The CSV, the resident doctors?
CSV, yes, the CSV, because the name for the variable behavior, like the mental health, is giving me V2 in my own instead of the mental health score as it was in your own.
Interesting. What version are you using? Is it the latest one, the trial version that we're all on, or are you using something else?
Mine is version 20.
Version 20.
Old one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have Excel on your system?
Yes, I have Excel.
So one thing you can do, I'm trying to unselect. Okay. So one thing you can do, sorry everyone, please bear with me. I want to just demonstrate something very quickly, and it can be of benefit to us all. Where it starts cleaning. Okay. So when you open it in Excel.
Yes.
Okay, so it seems it still does the same thing. It's still very okay for me here in Excel. But sometimes you might find that everything here is in the same column. Is that what's happening for you?
No, in my Excel, it's just opening the way it's open on your own. The first column
is it showing it's showing everything here?
Yes, it's showing everything exactly.
Okay, then I think you can use open. If you try using import and it doesn't import properly, you can try using open to import the data. That might help.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any other question?
Yes, please. I won't mind if you go through the process. I was just able to import mine. So I would like to go through the process on how you got your data. It was not like just I imported mine.
Okay, let's go back again. It doesn't matter if we're on variable or data. So we go to analyze, come to regression, and then we come to linear. We come to the option that says linear. So here you have linear regression. The question, if you remember, let's go back to the question. So the question is using the resident doctor's data set, determine if hours worked is related to the mental health score. So let's go back, and then we see that the mental health score is, okay, this is the old data set. I should close this actually, so I don't confuse myself. Okay. Right. So linear regression, our mental health score is the dependent variable. Hours worked is the independent variable. And then, like I said, if you want confidence intervals, you can select that by coming here to statistics and selecting the confidence interval. You click on continue, and then that's basically it. Here, you can select the method of the method by which the independent variables are going to be entered into the model. But I think it may be a bit out of the scope of what you were taught in class. And also, it doesn't really matter the method that was used in entering the variables if you have just one variable. So we go ahead and click on OK. Someone asked if we're doing logistic regression today. No, we're just going to be doing linear regression. So this is the output from the regression model that we have selected according to these variables. If you look here, you can see the variables entered. So the dependent variable is the mental health score, and then this is the independent variable. This is the R square, 0.042. So when you multiply this by, sorry, I don't want to give you a wrong answer, but I believe this R square gives you the percentage of the, it gives you the percentage of the variability in the dependent variable that's explained by the model. So it tells you how closely related the two variables are. In terms of percentage, by the time you multiply it by 100, so that would be like 0.4%. Please check that. I'm not quite sure on that particular point. So like I said before, on the ANOVA, when you come to the regression line, you'll be able to see the F statistic and also the significance. And you see that it's the same on this table and also on the table that says coefficient, because this is the same significance basically that's being reported here and here. And then when you come to this table that says coefficients, that's where you'll be able to, it's from this table that you'll be able to extract the numbers that go into your linear equation. And starting from the dependent variable, which is mental health score, you are able to now say that the mental health score, which you are going to put, the dependent variable always lies on the left. So you are going to be able to calculate that using the hours worked, and this is the equation. So this is the intercept. This constant is the intercept, and that's 26.352. And then minus 0.037 multiplied by your hours worked. So if you were confused about the meaning of intercept, it's basically, this is the value of the dependent variable when the independent variable is 0. For example, if you put 0 in here, then all you're going to be left with is this constant, and that's the intercept on the vertical axis of your graph. So we can go ahead now and look at the other examples. So is this clear, or is anyone still confused? Hello? Okay, I'll guess. So this is the this is the slide now. So we have explained how these findings are interpreted, and then we can go ahead to the next. Someone has a question here. Okay, Molly says she wasn't able to find the data set we're using right now. Does I believe an email must have been sent to you prior to this class, either today or earlier today or yesterday. When was the email sent? Can anyone help her?
It was sent today.
So it was sent today. So Molly, please check your email and you'll be able to find the data set we're using.
It was the same one I downloaded, and I don't see mental health as part of the variables.
Okay. Okay. Can you? But are you able to follow the? Are you able to follow the discussion?
Yes, I am.
So just to be clear, when you download, just try downloading the data set again. And when you download it, change the name so that you are sure you're actually in the data set that was sent to you today. Because that happened to me earlier as well. Both data sets are named resident doctors. So you might decide to differentiate this one with another word, maybe new resident doctors or something.
All right, I will. Thank you.
So this